Hi boys and girls, we're gonna start doing this very cool container, a slab container, and you're gonna get this sheet of impactful people. So you're gonna put your first and last name, your hour number, and then it says choose a person from the past who has a powerful historical presence in your life. Fill out the following information below. So I picked Leonardo da Vinci. His hometown was Italy. His birthday was April 15th. He was an inventor, and his quote, because I looked this up, tears come from the heart, not the brain, which I thought was really cool. And then look for something, a character or whimsical. Remember, it's just the face. Look for a photo with a caricature of the face. So, when I looked up Leonardo da Vinci, I found this picture that was very cartoonish. There were some very realistic paintings, but I didn't want that. I wanted something that was more caricature-ish. And if you can't find a picture of your person, maybe it's your mom or your aunt or your grandpa, and you're drawing it from memory, there is a sheet here that can help you with that, with some noses and some mouths and stuff like that, okay? So, after you have this sheet filled out, and I wrote that I picked Vinci because of his inventive mind. I appreciate how he didn't stay with the status quo and instead tried new ideas and techniques, and he was not afraid to fail, because he failed over and over again. Okay, so on the back, you're going to do a sketch looking down at the pot, looking across at the pot, which is a little tricky, and you can see here's some examples of the pot. Then once you have this sheet filled out, you're gonna get a piece of paper and you're going to start constructing your person, of your impactful person. So to start with, you're gonna get a piece of table paper and some clay, and we're using white earthenware clay, and we're gonna start by making a slab. So to make a slab, we're gonna stand up and we're gonna push the clay down onto the table. If we have this on the table, actually, it will stick. We don't want that. So now I've got it pushed to about right there. It's like a hamburger. Now I'm gonna get my rolling pin, and I'm gonna roll it, roll it, roll it. There we go. And I'm looking for it to be about as thick as my fingers. So I'm looking at it, and it's about the same throughout, so that'll be good. And my picture will fit. And I feel a little something here, so I'm gonna roll that out just a little more. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna put this on here, and then I'm gonna take my pencil, and I'm gonna trace this. Okay, I'm just tracing the outside shape. Tracing. Okay, so I've got that done. So now I want to cut that out. Okay, so this isn't in here very deep, but I can definitely see where it is. And I'm just gonna take this tool, this is called a pin tool, okay, and I'm just gonna go around it. If I used a knife, like a fettering knife, I don't think it would be as organic. It would look too geometric. There we go. Now I've got this, and I'm gonna write my name here so that I know for a fact this is mine. And then I'm gonna set this guy right here, and I'm gonna come back to this. Okay, so now what I need to do is I need to start building layers for this. So I'm looking at this, and I think the first layer I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do his hat line right here. So I'm looking for a piece of clay. I don't think I have it. I think I need to re-roll this, which you can get away with maybe a couple times and then your clay is gonna start to get too hard. So I'm gonna re-roll, re-smush, and you'll notice I'm not pounding. This is a rolling pin. Roll with it. And I think that looks pretty good. It's a little thinner than my first one, and that's okay. Okay, so now I'm gonna put this on here again, like so. And I'm gonna take my pencil and I'm gonna trace me parts and pieces. And I'm gonna make a third layer here with his eyes. There we go. So now I'm gonna start cutting some stuff out. Okay, so this is gonna go on his hat. So I'll take this out. And I think it goes somewhere like that. And here's that brim of his hat. Okay, so I think this looks good like this, and now what I need to do is I need to slip this all together with glue. All right, because if I leave it like this, it's all gonna fall apart. This will all come off unless I put glue on it. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is, since I've got this all laid out the way I want it, I'm gonna use this glue for clay called Slip. So it's the same stuff that this is, only this has a lot of water in it. So I'm going to scratch my piece, and I know where it's going because I have a little indentant on it. Okay, and the scratching helps the mud find a place to glue onto. So that's why it's really important to scratch. And then I'm gonna stick it on with a little bit of pressure, rub it so it's not super sharp anymore. Okay. And just continue doing that with the pieces that I have. All right, so this has hardened and it's a little firmer. It's still not as firm as I want it to be, but I'm gonna set it aside for a little bit and I'm gonna roll a slab for the bottom piece. There we go. And then I'm gonna lay this on top of it like so as a release. And then I'm gonna put this on here like that. And then I'm gonna take something with an edge and I'm gonna go around and trace this. Now you might be asking yourself, well, why don't you just use your original paper? Well, because this probably changed a little bit as I worked with it and I need my bottom to match my top. There we go. Okay, so I'll take Leo off here. And now I've got him traced here. Trace out this. Like that. Okay. And then I'm gonna flip it over and write my name on it. And then I'm gonna flip it back over. And now what I need to do is I need to cut out some strips that are about this big. So I'm building a wall right here. So I'm gonna take my glue and I'm gonna scratch around the wall. Okay, then I'm going to take each of these strips. I'm going to scratch where it's going. And I'm going to put it all right. So now, if I put this on here like this, it would slide around. It wouldn't stay on. So I'm gonna flip this over. I'm going to scratch around the inside of this, but I'm gonna scratch a little bit inside, not right on the edge. There we go. And then I'll set this over here for a little bit. And I probably need to roll this clay out a little bit more. So now I have a lip in here for this to fit. It will fit right in there like that. I'm gonna put this in here and put this on it to dry. Okay. All right, so here I am. This is rested for a day. It's definitely leather hard today. It doesn't want to bend at all. And I just wanted to show you what the inside of it looked like in case you didn't understand why we're doing stuff we were doing. So if I take the lid off and I take my release paper out, because now it doesn't need it because it's leather hard. And so what is happening here is this is seating inside of this right here. So when I put it on here like this, it doesn't slide off because it's seated inside the cup or the container. Come back for part 2 on how to add color.